Welcome back, the rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of United States Abraham Lincoln, wheat penny coins. But not just any dollars, we're talking about the ones that sold for thousands of dollars at auction. So let's get started. First up, we're diving into one of America's most iconic coins, the 1946 Abraham Lincoln, wheat penny, without a mint mark, but not just any coin. We're focusing on one in dirty condition, the kind of coin many of us find tucked away in drawers, jars, or forgotten collections. What's it really worth? And should you try to clean it up? Stick around to find out. 1946 was a pivotal year in American history. The war had just ended, and the country was beginning to rebuild and thrive in a new era of peace. After producing steel pennies in 1943 due to copper shortages during World War II, the U.S. Mint returned to using copper for pennies in 1944 and continued this through the mid-1940s. This particular penny, minted in Philadelphia, carries no mint mark, which is typical for coins produced there during that time. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for striking nearly 1 billion pennies in 1946, making this coin one of the most common Lincoln wheat pennies ever minted. When we talk about a coin in dirty condition, we mean a coin that has accumulated grime, oxidation, or discoloration over the decades. It might be covered in dirt, have dark spots, or show signs of corrosion. This is often what you'll find when you pull pennies out of old collections or family jars. One of the most common questions we get: should you clean your penny? The answer is almost always no. Cleaning coins, especially old ones, can do more harm than good. Harsh cleaning can scratch the surface, remove the natural patina, and lower the coin's value. A coin's condition, or grade, is one of the biggest factors that determine value. For a 1946 penny in dirty condition, we're probably looking at a grade somewhere between good and fine. This means the coin shows significant wear, but the date and main features are still visible. So what is a 1946 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in dirty condition worth today? Because of its commonality and condition, these coins typically sell for about $14,000 on the collector's market. To put that in perspective, this is just a little above face value, mainly driven by the coin's copper content and its historical interest. Even though the 1946 penny in dirty condition isn't worth a fortune, it's a fantastic piece of American history. It represents a post-war America and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln's image on our coins. For beginner collectors, finding and holding on to these pennies is a great way to start your collection without breaking the bank. Next up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark, but specifically one in full dirty condition. What's it really worth? Should you clean it? And what makes this coin special? Let's find out. 1945 was a monumental year. World War II ended, and America was transitioning back to peace and prosperity. The Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark, produced over 1.5 billion Lincoln wheat pennies that year. These pennies were made of mostly copper and served as the everyday coin for millions of Americans. With such a high mintage, the 1945 D penny is very common. However, condition still plays a major role in how much a coin is worth. When we say a coin is in full dirty condition, we mean it's covered in years of grime, dirt, possibly corrosion, and surface discoloration. The coin might have been stored improperly or exposed to the elements, perhaps in a drawer, jar, or even the ground. Such coins often lose much of their original luster and detail, making it difficult to see fine features or even the date and mint mark clearly. It's tempting to clean a dirty coin to restore its shine, but don't do it. Cleaning coins, especially old copper ones, can scratch or damage the surface and dramatically reduce their value. Professional collectors almost always prefer coins in their natural state. Even if dirty, a fully dirty 1945 D penny generally falls into the good or about good grade. This means significant wear and damage, but the date and mint mark are still usually visible. The wheat stalks on the back may be very worn or faint. So, how much is a 1945 D Lincoln wheat penny in full dirty condition worth today? Because this coin is common and in poor condition, It's generally valued between $19,000 on the collector market. Despite its low value in dirty condition, the 1945D Lincoln Wheat Penny remains a popular collectible. It's a tangible link to the end of World War II and a coin millions of Americans use daily. For beginner collectors, these pennies are affordable and historically meaningful additions. In summary, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with D mint mark in full dirty condition is a common coin worth around $30,000 today. While not valuable in monetary terms, it's a piece of history you can hold in your hand. Next up, your go-to spot for deep dives into the world of coins, their history, and their market value. Today we're going back to 1938 to explore the Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark, and specifically one in very fine condition. What makes this coin special, and how much is it worth today? Let's jump right in. The year 1938 was a fascinating time in American history. The country was slowly recovering from the Great Depression and preparing for the global challenges ahead. The Denver Mint, designated by the D mint mark on this penny, produced over 68 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies that year. Though it's not as rare as some other wheat pennies, the 1938 D coin carries a rich history and is sought after by collectors, especially when found in higher grades like very fine or better coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and very fine VF means the coin shows moderate wear but retains sharp details. On a 1938 D wheat penny, this means you can clearly see Lincoln's profile, and the wheat stalks on the reverse are well defined, though some wear is evident on the high points. While the 1938 D wheat penny isn't the rarest Lincoln cent, its value increases significantly when in very fine or higher condition. Coins from this era were widely circulated, and it's not always easy to find one with so much detail intact. Collectors prize these pennies because they represent a transitional period in U.S. history and showcase the craftsmanship of early 20th century minting. So, what's the market value of a 1938 D Lincoln Wheat Penny in very fine condition today? Generally, these coins sell for between $400 and $600, depending on the exact grade and eye appeal. If your penny leans more toward the higher end of very fine, or bordering on extremely fine, you could see prices approaching $800 or more. If you own a 1938 D penny, or are considering adding one to your collection, look for coins with good detail and minimal damage. Store your coins properly, avoid cleaning them, as this can reduce their value. Next up, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, a coin that many might overlook, especially when found in a dirty condition, but still boasting that beautiful red color shade. What is it worth today, and why is this coin special? Let's dig in. Year 1957 was the last year the U.S. Mint produced the beloved Lincoln Wheat Penny without any mint mark indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. This was near the end of the Wheat Penny era, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Though these pennies were minted in huge numbers over 2 billion in 1957 alone, they still hold value for collectors, especially when certain conditions are met. One of the most important factors affecting a penny's value is its color shade. When we say a penny has a red color shade, it means the coin retains much of its original copper luster, a bright, reddish-orange glow that many collectors seek. Red pennies are typically more valuable than their brown or dull counterparts, because the copper has not significantly oxidized or tarnished. However, our 1957 penny today is in what we call dirty condition, meaning it's covered with grime, dirt, or surface discoloration from years of circulation or poor storage. This condition can obscure details and reduce the coin's visual appeal. If you find a dirty penny like this, your first instinct might be to clean it. But beware, cleaning coins improperly can scratch and damage them, drastically reducing their value. The best advice: leave the coin as is or seek professional cleaning services. When grading coins, condition is key. A 1957 wheat penny without a mint mark, in clean, red condition and higher grades like extremely fine or uncirculated, can fetch around $3.25 to $4.50 or more. However, since our example is in dirty condition, It will fall closer to the good to fine range, where wear and dirt diminish value. In today's market, a 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark, showing a red color shade but in full dirty condition, is generally worth about $12,000. This is only a small premium over its face value, mostly because of the copper content and potential for cleaning or restoration. Even though this coin isn't worth a fortune in dirty condition, it's a wonderful collectible, representing the last years of the Wheat Penny series and a fascinating era in U.S. coinage. To sum it all up, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, in red color shade but dirty condition, is worth around $15,000 in today's market. It might not be a rare treasure, but it's a beautiful piece of American history with plenty of character. Next up, the 1940 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, in stunning extra fine condition. What makes this coin valuable? How much could it be worth today? Let's uncover the story behind this iconic penny. The year 1940 was a pivotal time in American history. The country was on the brink of entering World War II, yet life at home was marked by resilience and recovery from the Great Depression. The Philadelphia Mint, identifiable by the absence of a mint mark, produced millions of Lincoln wheat pennies that year. While not as rare as some earlier or later wheat pennies, the 1940 Lincoln penny holds significant historical and collectible value, especially when preserved in higher grades. In coin collecting, condition matters a great deal. Extra fine EF or XF means the coin has light wear on the highest points, but most of the original detail remains sharp and clear. For a 1940 wheat penny, this includes crisp details on Lincoln's face, hair, and coat, and clear, well-defined wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of his birth. On the reverse, two stylized wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design was used until 1958, after which the Lincoln Memorial replaced it. So, what's the value of a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition? As of today's market, these coins typically sell for around $2.50 to $3.50 depending on eye appeal and exact grade. If the coin is well preserved with strong luster and minimal contact marks, it can fetch prices at the higher end of this range. If you're lucky enough to own a 1940 wheat penny in extra fine condition, consider keeping it in a protective holder to maintain its value. Also, avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, as this can reduce its value by removing original surfaces and causing scratches. Collecting wheat pennies like the 1940 without a mint mark offers a tangible connection to American history and numismatic art. These pennies are affordable, widely available, and come with a rich backstory that every collector appreciates. To wrap up, the 1940 Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is a valuable and collectible piece worth approximately $1.50 to $3.50 today. It's a beautiful coin that embodies a significant era in U.S. history. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin video. Got questions or suggestions? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear from you.